Welcome back guys. So in this video I will be unboxing the iPad 9 Gen and taking a closer look at it. So this is the box of the iPad 9 Gen. So the box was already opened. I got it open in the store to apply the screen protector, but everything else is intact. So we're going to open it again on the camera. We have an envelope. Inside it we have the documents and Apple stickers. Thankfully we get a 20-watt adapter. It has a Type-C input, but unfortunately the cable has a lightning port, 2 Type-C. So the Type-C goes into the charger and the lightning goes into the iPad. I hope it was vice versa, but it's not. So now setting up, you can see all the welcome screen. Choose your language and your region. It's already been selected, so considering where you are getting it, it will already be selected. Let's connect to a Wi-Fi network and register our Touch ID. It asks for the registration twice, so once the inside of your fingers and then the outside area. It took me a couple of minutes. I need to just log in with our Apple ID. So I already have created one beforehand, so if you're not, you can just create one. Without Apple ID the device won't work. We need to enable the location services, or you can keep it disabled, but some apps do require the location services. After clicking, it takes us a couple seconds to register. It could be because of the network. You can also set up the CD, but I will do it all of these later. And you're asking a permission to calculate the screen time and also analytics, and you can choose the theme. For now I'll keep it light mode. And now we are in the iPad. You can see the wallpaper is applied and first impressions very smooth. So I've been using it for a couple of days, and this is recorded after that. You can see at the back we have a single camera which is really tiny. You have the headphone jack and a power button. Your smart connector for keyboard on the left, dual speakers, and in between you have your lightning port. And then you can see the volume rockers. It's very minimal look, and you can see assembled in China and designed in California. You can see the front and the Touch ID is very fast and reliable. You can just press once the Touch ID and then it will auto recognize it. So it acts as a wake up button too. So in the settings you can see under the about device, it's running the latest iPadOS 15.3. So when I first booted it there was an update, and now it's on the latest software. This is the control center. The brightness goes up to 500 nits. Here are the quick specifications for your reference that we're going to talk about throughout this video. So this is the App Store that we have to use to download all the applications, and it's similar to Google Play Store because I've been using a Google Android tablet, so I was very used to Google and Google services. So this is a new transition for me, and using the 3 dots you can see you can use multi-window, and you can use 2 apps side by side. So it makes more sense to use them in a landscape mode rather than in portrait mode. And you can just swivel around the application, keep them in the background while you choose your another app. then. And the app should also support the multi-screen, like this Amazon app does not support it, but all the system apps does support multi-window, so you can take advantage of this huge 10.2 inch screen. You can also resize the multi-screen window. The iPad has an 8 megapixel back camera, and the clarity is not at all there, and it's very blurry. But the front camera is a different story. It's a 12 megapixel and is much better than the back. In the FaceTime app and also in other video calling, it tries to track you and using the feature called center stage, so it tries to focus you in the frame. And it's a really cool feature and is very useful for video calls and conference calls. The front camera is also really wide, and you can see in this picture it's an ultra wide 122-degree camera. Now let's check the performance with the PUBG New State. So the iPad 9 Gen has an A13 Bionic hexa-core CPU, and the GPU is an Apple 4-core, and also based on 7 nanometers, so the performance should be really good. I also noticed there is no option to record only the internal audio of the game, so it actually records from the external mic, which is a feature that I missed from Android. And in the graphics, you can see the max graphics is ultra, and the frame rate is actually capped at max. So even on lower graphics setting, the frame rate is only till max, so 50 fps. No worries, we'll just try and play this game at the max settings. And if you're liking this video so far, don't forget to subscribe and also like the video. You can see the shadows, they do not have the flickering effect. The edges are also very clear. This is the game they're recording, and it has no audio because I wasn't recording through the external mic. The gameplay was really smooth, and I had no issues with frame drops or lagness. And the backside tends to get a little warm because of the metal build, and also you can play it with 3 or 4 fingers. Is very easy because of the huge screen. But playing while like holding in the air with your hands is not possible because of how heavy it is. So you can easily play it while laying flat on the desk or your bed. Desk would be better for heat dissipation, but yeah, really good for gaming, and you can definitely get this tablet if you're into gaming. Pretty good experience. I also ran some benchmarks, and on Geekbench I got a single core score of 1334 and multi-core of 3401. The scores are similar for the A13 Bionic chipset that is also on the iPhone 11, and in Antutu you can see the score 640,000. The storage test showed the score of 15,000, which is less in my opinion, because on Android I've seen storages of UFS 2.1 getting score of 30,000. So I don't know what kind of storage they are using, and also due to the limitations of file manager I couldn't test the copying and moving, so I'm not sure, but it haven't given me any problems. Coming to battery, you can see it shows 6 hours of screen on time, and I still have more than 34% battery. So you can expect a screen on time of 7 hours or 7.5 hours, and with 2 days standby. Actually I charge it once every 1.5 or 2 days, so the standby is great, and you can see a lot of video usage, video streaming services and all, some video editings, photo editings, and not at all bad. And it takes about 3 hours to completely charge the device, which is expected. It's a massive battery of 8557 mAh, and I have a screen protector on, so you can see a lot of smudges. but it's supposed to have a really good oleophobic coating. At 30,000 rupees, it's still costlier than what it is being sold at in other countries. But anybody who's like looking for a great tablet in this price range should really consider buying this. And as an Android tablet user, I was really surprised with this smoothness. The limitations of the file manager and the lack of Type-C port does present a problem, but if you can get over it, it's a fantastic tablet for illustration and all those other purposes. So definitely a good buy. So that's it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.